Shalom. First off, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakudash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the hopeful elect that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And to all my brothers out here preaching this truth to you, I say Shalom. This is Amatazar from the Chicago camp coming back at you again with another lesson entitled Set Him Not By Thee. So the other night, I reread the book of Esther. All right. And it was a quick read, but it was necessary. I was glad I did it because something jumped out to me that I wanted to cover in a lesson that I didn't notice the first time around reading it. So it really didn't jump out to me the first time. And that being that King Artaxerxes, also known as Ahasuerus, he actually, when you go into the additions to Esther, he was actually looking for his kingdom to be a peaceful kingdom. All right. He wanted his kingdom to be peaceful. Um, he didn't want uh, what happened with Haman, okay, to actually take place. Okay. The wicked Haman, all right, the Edomite, okay, also known in the scriptures as an Agagite and also of the Macedonians. All right, he was that wicked that that was set by him. All right, he was second in command in the kingdom. All right, and he was trying to destroy all the Jews. So he used, you know, his position, and he came subtly, right, to uh, the Persian king. All right, because we were in the Media Persia captivity at that time, and he tried to get the Jews destroyed, deleted. Okay, so that's what this lesson is about. If you haven't read um, the Book of Esther, all right, it's a great read. I encourage you to read it. Um, the book starts off with Artaxerxes after the third year of his reign. He decided to throw a about 6 month long celebration. All right, a celebration slash party. All right, in honor of his conquest and also to celebrate his servants. And at the end of this celebration, okay, he called for his wife, who was super fine. All right, super fine. Because he just wanted to look at her. He wanted to bring her up and kind of gloat on her. All right, and she wouldn't come. Okay, she wouldn't come. So she refused the commandment of the king, and so therefore she never saw him again. So she was removed from her position for someone better, and that someone better was what they called Queen Esther. Her Hebrew name was Hadassah. All right. So if you haven't seen, or I'm sorry, if you haven't read the book, I've given you enough nuggets, all right, to pique your interest. Go ahead and jump into it. Now, um, in that story, you have the wicked Haman trying to destroy the Israelites. All right. And so that's what this lesson is kind of going to go into. Going to talk about the personality of Esau. This is Exodus 17 and 14. It says, And the Lord Yahweh said unto Moses, Write this for a memorial in a book, and rehearse it in the ears of Joshua. For I will utterly put out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. And Moses built an altar and called the name of it Jehovahnissi. All right, which is the Lord is my banner. For he said, Because the Lord hath sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. Now, this Exodus 17 and 16, all right, you fast forward, all right, to the Media Persia kingdom and the book of Esther. And what do you have? All right, Amalek in the form of Haman trying to do what? To destroy the Jews, okay, in Shushan. Proverbs 29:27 says, An unjust man is an abomination to the just, and he that is upright in the way is an abomination to the wicked. So, um, Queen Esther, her cousin, all right, which was like a father to her, Mordecai, all right, he refused to bow to Haman. All right, Haman was put in a position where he was like the second in command, and everybody bowed and everything to him, but Mordecai refused to do it. This is Sirach 12 and 10. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. Set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. Okay? And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. All right? So you got to watch Esau, Edom. You never set him by you. All right? You know what I'm saying? You don't set him by him, because his personality, his spirit is he want to be the boss. Okay? So he's going to undermine you and everything to be in control. I've seen it. Okay? I've seen it. Esther 3 and 1. It says, after these things, the king Ahasuerus promote Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Agagite, and advanced him and set his seat above all the princes that were with him. All right, so Haman was second in command. Okay. Isaiah 26 and 10, it says, let favor be showed to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of Yahweh. Yahweh, when thy hand is lifted up, they will not see, but they shall see, and be ashamed for their envy at the people. Yea, the fire of thine enemies shall devour them. All right, and that's a prelude to Obadiah 1 and 18. All right, so after 1,000 years of our foot in their ass, all right, the Lord is going to bring, all right, Jacob and Judah in front of them, or Joseph and Judah in front of them, all right, and invite them to the barbecue. This is Sirach 17 and 17. For in the division of the nations of the whole earth he set a ruler over every people. But Israel is the Lord's portion, whom being his firstborn, he nourisheth with discipline, and giveth him the light of his love, and giving him the light of his love, Salakia, doth not forsake him. All right. So even when all hope was lost and it looked as though the Jews would be destroyed because of Haman's letter, all right, the letter that he was able to trick Artaxerxes into sealing with his royal ring, right? So the Lord reversed all that. Okay, so let's look at additions to Esther 13. All right, this is additions to Esther 13. It says, the copy of the letters was this: the great king Artaxerxes writeth these things to the princes and governors that are under him, from India unto Ethiopia, in 107 and 20 provinces. Okay, 107 and 20 provinces, 127 provinces. Salakia if I say 172. After that, I became Lord over many nations and had dominion over the whole world, not lifted up with presumption of my authority, but carrying myself always with equity and mildness. I purpose to settle my subjects continually in a quiet life. Okay? So this is Artaxerxes, his letter. Okay? And making my kingdom peaceable and open for passage to the utmost coast, to renew peace, which is desired of all men. Now, when I asked my counselors how this might be brought to pass, Ammon, that excelled in wisdom among us, and was approved for his constant good will and steadfast fidelity, and had the honor of the second place in the kingdom, declared unto us that in all nations throughout the world there was scattered a certain malicious people that had laws contrary to all nations, and continually despised the commandments of kings, so as the uniting of our kingdoms honorably intended by us cannot go forward. Seeing then, we understand that this people alone is continually in opposition unto all men, differing in the strange manner of their laws, and evil affected to our state, working all the mischief that they can, that our kingdom may not be firmly established. Therefore, have we commanded that all they that are signified in writing unto you by Haman, who is ordained over the affairs and is next unto us, shall all with their wives and children be utterly destroyed by the sword of their enemies, without all mercy and pity, on the 14th day of the 12th month of Dar of this present year. That they who of old and now are all malicious may in one day with violence go into the grave, and so ever hereafter cause our affairs to be well settled and without trouble. See? So that was that letter, okay? And King Artaxerxes was basically explaining, all right, that he was just looking for peace, but he was deceived. Additions to Esther 16 and 1. It says, the great king Artaxerxes unto the princes and governors of 127 provinces from India unto Ethiopia, and unto all of our faithful subjects greeting. All right, so that's 16 and 1. We're going to jump down to 10. For Ammon, the Macedonian, the son of Amadatha, being indeed a stranger from the Persian blood, and far distant from our goodness, and as a stranger received of us, had so far forth obtained the favor that we show toward every nation, as that he was called our father, and was continually honored of all the next person unto the king. But he, not bearing his great dignity, went about to deprive us of our kingdom and life, having by manifold and cunning deceits sought us the destruction, as well of Mordecai, all right, Mordecus, which is Mordecai, who saved our life and continually procured our good, as also of blameless Esther, partaker of our kingdom, with their whole nation. For by these means he sought, finding us destitute of friends, to have translated the kingdom of the Persians to the Macedonians. You see, so Haman's ultimate plan, all right, was to overthrow the Media Persia, okay, rulership. But we find that the Jews, whom this wicked wretch have delivered to utter destruction, are no evildoers, but live by most just laws. Okay? See, the Hebrew Israelites are no evildoers. All right? And that they, being children of the Most High and most mighty living power, who have ordered the kingdom both unto us and to our progenitors in the most excellent manner. All right, let me read that again. And that they be children of the Most High and the most mighty living power, who have ordered the kingdom both unto us and to our progenitors in the most excellent manner. You see, even King Ahasuerus knew, all right, that he was in control because of the Lord. Okay? All right, so if you haven't read the book of Esther, all right, go ahead and read that. All right, set him not by thee. All right, you get a chance to really see what the nation of our nation was up against. All right, I pray that this lesson has been edifying. Until the next one, shalom.